Hey everybody, welcome right back to the channel. Welcome right back to the channel. Today, man, is Martin Luther King Day, man. Shout out to Martin Luther King. Happy Martin Luther King Day. One of the best men ever. One of the best human beings ever. Sacrificed for all our lives and everything like that. So, special day, man. Special day. Um, Today is mostly NBA right here, man. A lot of NBA games coming on, and everything of that nature. Um, but before we get into all that, college basketball, all that type of stuff, um, my name is Isaiah Austin, and welcome back to the IDA Kings video production channel. If you like the videos, please hit the subscribe button on the videos, or the like button on the videos. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you want to know when I post and upload new videos, hit the bell notification, man. So today is going to be a special day, especially in the NBA, man. Celebrating Martin Luther King Day on Peacock at 1. We got the Bucks versus the Hawks. Both teams, had some ups and downs. Trae Young got traded and everything like that. The Bucks, Giannis could be traded before the trade deadline. They're 17 and 24. The Hawks are 20 and 24. So we'll see how that goes. On NBC and then on Peacock at 2:30 p.m. we have the Thunder versus the Cavs. Okay, the Cavs are 24-19. They're starting to get back on the roll. They're going to be without Garland for at least a week. And then the Thunder is going to be without Jay Williams for a little bit too, with a calf strain. But, the Thunder are 35-8. They're doing real good. The Cavs are starting to get back on the roll, getting better, 24-19. Excuse me, they've gotten better. So I can't wait to see how that goes and everything. At 3 p.m., it's going to be Clippers and Wizards. Clippers have started going on a roll. They've been on a tear, winning a lot of games. The Wizards are still struggling. Trae Young, I don't think has played yet, but we'll see how that goes. On NBC/Peacock, Mavericks versus Knicks are coming on, man. We're going to hopefully see Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag play versus the Knicks. The Knicks are 25-17. Doing some good things, having some up and downs since winning that NBA Cup championship. So can't wait to see how that goes. The Spurs have been fantastic. They play the Jazz at 5 p.m. Okay, the Spurs have been fantastic, 29-13. They've been great going against the Jazz, who's 14-28. The Jazz has some spurts, some good moments, but they overall been struggling. Kessler, obviously, he's been out for the whole year since towards the beginning of the year. So, but Lauren Markin has been great. At 7 p.m., the Pacers play against the 76ers. 76ers are 22-18. They started getting a little better. The Pacers, they started winning some games lately. They were struggling, obviously, but they started to win some games lately. So that's going to be exciting to see. The Nets are 12-28, but they play against a Suns team who's 25-17. Really surprising a lot of people. And then another great game, man. It's going to be fun on NBC, 8 p.m. It's going to be Pistons versus Celtics. I am excited for that game. That game's going to be fun. That game is going to be special. Celtics have surprised a lot of people with injuries and letting people go in the offseason. And Pistons are definitely the biggest surprise, probably of the year. 30-10. Really great record. Going to be number one in the East, most likely. And I can't wait to see that. It's going to be fun. The Warriors at 10 p.m. play against the Heat. That's going to be a fun game, too. Fun matchup. Heat are 22-20. And the Warriors are 24-19. It's going to be a fun one, too. Okay, it's been great in the NBA. Some different things happen, like the Rockets beating the Pelicans, 119-110 on Sunday. In the NBA London game, the Grizzlies really put the beat into the Magic. The Grizzlies started getting some wins and stuff like that. The Hornets got a real big win against the Nuggets, 110-87. Okay, the Nuggets are in that conversation. I think they're like 11th. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're really competing. The Trailblazers have gotten some big wins. They're really close. Really, really close. Right behind the Warriors and stuff. You know what I'm saying? For the 8th seed. And then you got, the Raptors losing to the Lakers. Lakers getting back on track, 110-93. LeBron, Luka, and Ayton balled out. Ayton had like 25 and 10. Luka had, I believe, 25 as well. I think 26. And LeBron had like 24. So that was a heck of a game right there. That was on Sunday yesterday and stuff like that. So everything's been good, man. So far, the NBA has been really, really, really great, fun and stuff like that. It's gonna continue to get fun. It's gonna continue to be more fun and more fun. So you gotta love it, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. Okay, it's gonna be real fun. It's gonna be real exciting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? College basketball is gonna be coming on as well. You know what I'm saying? On this day, you know, Yale played Columbia. Yale's 13-3. Columbia's 12-5. So they're looking good. Both those teams are looking really good. Especially Yale, man. Yale looks real good right now. Looks solid. You know what I'm saying? Um, looks real solid. George Mason is 17-1. They play George Washington. They play George Washington, who's 12-6. George Mason has been really good, only having one loss this year. It's been really fun to see how they play. They're really good. They're a really, really good basketball team. Fundamentally sound on offense and defense. So, that's happening today on Martin Luther King Day. No other crazy games is coming on in Division One. You know what I'm saying? Which is a little shocking because it's Martin Luther King Day. But I know VCU, they play today versus St. Joseph's at 3 p.m. on CBSSN or whatever. So pretty excited though. Can't wait to see how the games turn out and everything like that. A lot of things happen throughout the weekend here as well. Houston dominated Arizona State. San Francisco ended up beating Washington, too as well, which is kind of crazy. So that was kind of nuts and stuff like that. UConn ended up only beating Georgetown by 2 points. Illinois got a big win. This is on Saturday, and Virginia almost lost to SMU. They ended up winning, though, 72-68 on that Saturday. Kentucky was down by double figures, seeing the game. Down by double figures. They started roaring back, coming back, and then they ended up winning the game 80-78 against Tennessee on the road. They have Kentucky mostly has some slow starts, have to come back. They got to be careful of that, especially if they make the tournament. Okay, Butler ended up beating Seton Hall, who's ranked 25. Seton Hall, Butler ended up beating them 77-66. Great win by them. Mount St. Mary's beat St. Sis 78-68. And then Georgia Tech beat NC State 78-74. Big win. Alabama had a big win against Oklahoma 83-81. And Ohio State got back on track after losing, I believe, to Northwestern on the road, if I'm not mistaken. Ohio State ended up beating UCLA 86-74. Okay. Miami of Ohio in final overtime got this still as undefeated, beat Buffalo. Okay, 105-102, beat Buffalo. Iowa State lost 2 games in a row. I think their first game, I forgot what their first loss was that they had, but I'm going to tell you this. They lost the second game again to Cincinnati, 79-70. Then Vanderbilt lost to Texas, I believe, but then they lost again to Florida by 4 in the final. Okay, final. Man, Utah ended up getting a big win against TCU. Wisconsin beat the Rutgers. Iowa beat Indiana. Man, some big games, crazy work. 81-73. Syracuse ended up losing to Boston College final OT. Okay, they started pulling away in that OT. Okay, so and then Yale had a big win against Cardell. Destructive win against Cardell. And so it's been really, really fun. A lot of great games. A lot of great stuff happened. Arizona beat UCF. UCF's having a real great year too. Michigan got back on track and ended up winning. Nebraska is still undefeated, beating Northwestern. Okay, and North Carolina had another upset loss. California ended up upsetting them. So, and then, Arkansas ended up taking the L to Georgia 90-76, high scoring game in that game too. So, a lot of wild game, a lot of great stuff happening in these games, man. Just craziness, crazy work. Pretty excited, like how Purdue almost lost to USC. It was 69-64, but Duke ended up destroying Stanford, and Stanford 80-50. Michigan State ended up beating Washington, 80-63. Colorado lost to West Virginia. Wake Forest ended up beating Florida State. A lot of great games, right? Down here in college basketball. It's been fun, exciting. All right, and a really good game, really competitive game too, by the way. Texas Tech ended up beating BYU. This is the BYU second loss. Texas Tech ended up coming in into their home building, ended up beating BYU. And a dominant performance by Louisville, 100-59 against Pitt. Dominated them from start to finish. San Diego State beat New Mexico 83-79. And then Villanova lost to St. John's. Villanova was having a great year, but St. John's came in under Rick Pitino and beat them. Okay, beat them down. You know what I mean? Beat them down. Gonzaga, they're a dominant team, 71-50 against Seattle U. Oklahoma State had a close win, beat Kansas State by 1 point. I mean, it was some fun stuff going on in these games, man, throughout the weekend. Kansas beating Baylor and stuff like that. So, on Friday and stuff like that. So a lot of great games. Providence beating Craigington on Saturday as well, like I said, on Friday. So a lot of games happened this weekend. Did some great stuff throughout the year. It's been fun too. So yeah, hopefully I ain't missing out because it's been a lot of fun stuff. But overall, man, it's going to be a great day today. College football playoffs. The college football championships happen today. We'll talk about that a little later. But I'm excited for it. Cannot wait for it. Recap those games as well. The semifinals, because there's a lot to talk about at those situations. I hope everybody has a great day. Can't wait to see y'all later. And I hope y'all have a great one. Peace.